Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing very well. I'm excited to be here with you today for this Maturing the Prophetic broadcast. I don't have much to share with you today simply because I felt like the Lord wanted me to give a very short but powerful word about where you are in this season and what's going on. We have been emerging out of a very difficult season prophetically as a people in our nations. And I really felt like it was important for us to recognize that God is moving in a way to redeem those losses. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it because I think it's so powerful of a word. But like I said, it's going to be a short one today. So I hope you are excited and ready to go. I am Angela Meir. I am the apostolic lead at Firehouse International, where we have a mission to see 1,000 prophets go into the nations. Currently, we are excited to see our prophetic school starting again for our third year. Our students don't come to school for a small amount of time. They actually come for a 3-year program, and we get to spend a lot of time investing in them one-on-one as well as in corporate and group settings. And so if you are really feeling called to the nations, if you are feeling called to the supernatural, our students move both prophetically and in healing. And even if you feel like God is really calling you to up your intercession game, up your ministry game, and even to begin to engage more powerfully in the things that God's calling his people to do in this season that we're in, I really recommend that you consider our school. You can find out more here at this web address, firehouseoregon.com. And at the end of this broadcast, I will also be showing a video regarding our school. So we hope you join us. It'll be a great year, and we have incredible teachers, guest speakers, and we have ministry opportunities lined up for our students all throughout the year. And so we love seeing people engaged in ministry as quickly as possible. And it's just a pleasure to be able to do that. So I want to say that this word I am bringing, I feel, has the ability not only to give you a sense of where you are in the spirit in this season, but also to give you an ability to recognize that nothing goes to waste. This has been, it depends on who you talk to. I feel like it started about 10 years ago. It began to intensify about 7 years ago. And then it was about 3 years ago that it really began to amp up. And what I am talking about is a 10-year season now of the Lord really maturing his bride. And how many of you know that we are coming to the end and the Lord is looking for a mature bride, and he is looking for people to be those who will partner with him in the earth to do the things that God needs us to do. And so our whole thing is to see that the bride is being prepared for battle. She's being prepared to do what God's called her to do. And so I want to speak right now to that difficulty, to that challenging circumstance, and to that area in your life that you've been going through in the last 10 years. And like I said, 10 years, 7 years, or 3 years, it may be in those spans of time. And it may be that, like myself, I've seen an amping up over the last 10 years, and of difficulty, of challenge, of having to really conquer some emotional strongholds and inner healing issues that have been coming to the surface. And that's just, like I said, it's been the last 10 years of really kind of coming into increasing amounts of pressure in the spirit to see these things resolved and taken care of. So let me say this. This is the prophetic word. I feel like the Lord was saying to me today, tell my people that not one iota of what you've gone through in the last season of difficulty, pressure, and challenge will be wasted by me. In fact, this is what I hear the Lord saying, is that as of today, there's been a switch in which the people of God will begin to see that that challenge that they've been going through is actually having providing them now a place of ministry, increased ministry opportunity, increased ability to see people set free through your own testimony, not only through your testimony, but the fact that you've overcome it in various ways. And so what I began to see was the Lord was cracking open doors of opportunity that have to do with the difficulty, pressure, and challenges of the last 10 years. So let me give you some examples of what I am seeing. Say, for instance, that you have gone through a season in the last 10 years where you've had to say goodbye to someone has passed on to glory, that you were close to, perhaps a partner, perhaps a friend or a loved one, and that person has gone on to glory, and you've been left with having to deal with the grief of that, but not only the grief, but the sense that that it didn't feel like the timing was correct, the way that it happened didn't feel right, and maybe even some lingering questions about what you could have done to perhaps prevent that. Okay, now remind you, I'm giving you an example. So if any of this stuff kind of begins to resonate for you, I really want you to begin to hold on to it, because what I am seeing and sensing is that all of that, not just the death, not just the questions, not just the wrestling with or the guilt or the shame that you may have felt, all of that I'm hearing the Lord say is actually now being turned into a door of opportunity for you to begin to minister, particularly in this area. And what the Lord is saying to me is that the harvest is coming, and the harvest is coming having gone through similar things, but without a God who loved them in their sense of their day-to-day activity, right? God loved them, but they weren't aware of his love in that process, right? And so what I am seeing is an increasing scream coming from the world that's crying out for people who will be able to help them identify how God wants to meet them in those very areas, the very areas that you personally have walked through. I feel this particularly has to do with death. It has to do with physical disability or illness. It has to do with challenges in overcoming financial concerns. And it has to do, what was the other one that the Lord was giving me? It has to do with, grief and shame, particularly regarding relationships, ministries, and churches. Okay? Relationships, ministries, and churches. So if you can look back in the last 10 years and you can say, wow, there's really been a lot of pressure, difficulty, and challenge around these four areas, whether it's death, physical disability or illness, financial problems, or relational, ministry, or church problems. Those are the particular areas that the Lord is speaking to you today, that there is not one iota of that that's going to be unused by God, nor is he willing for you not to receive glory attached to that. Okay. Here's the thing, particularly around areas of guilt and shame. The enemy has attempted to let us think that any way we have felt guilt or shame is an area where we are unredeemed. And what the Lord is going to do is he's going to turn that guilt and shame into redemption. He's going to turn it into promotion, and he's going to turn it into elevation into the things that he has for you. So this really concludes my word for you guys for today. I told you it'd be a short one, but hopefully it packs a punch, and that you are really feeling that the Lord is really wanting to move on you regarding what that means. So what I would encourage you to do to act activate that word is I would find a time, perhaps this weekend, perhaps in the week ahead, where you can just sit before the Lord and thank Him for what you've gone through. Because when you're thanking Him, you're saying, I believe that you're going to redeem and restore this in every way that you want to. And this will become a door of opportunity for ministry for the people in the world. And so hopefully that's an encouraging word to you today. And I just want to conclude our broadcast today with a very special video about our prophetic school, which will hopefully help you see how important it is that you're activated into the things that God has for us in this new season. Okay. Look, if you are interested in seeing what the Lord wants to do with your life, to be activated in the giftings, no matter what you feel like your personal gifting is, I feel like the Lord is activating people in giftings like I've never seen before. We really want to encourage you to check it out here at Firehouse, Oregon, and check out our school. We will be starting at the beginning of October, and we have a great lineup for you guys, not only with our teachers, but our guest speakers and the ministry opportunities that will be available to you. We also will be going to the nations of Turkey, Greece, and Ireland. We're currently in conversation with Veronica West of Ireland, the prophetess of Ireland, to bring our students there this summer. We're also doing our School of Prophecy for Andrew Brunson's church in Turkey this summer as well. So amazing opportunities for our students, and we hope to see you at the school very soon. God bless.